up and welcome back to my channel. It's Kai. If there's one thing that you know about me based on the last 2 anime recommendation videos I've given, it's that I love a good dark anime. I don't know why. Of course though, dark is not a genre. We've got like dark sci-fi, dark fantasy, dark action, dark mystery, dark thriller, dark true crime. There are a lot of things that could fall under this category. So today we are doing my top 10 best dark underrated anime series. And don't worry, there will be a sci-fi one next, and if you want to be a part of future polls for my genres, make sure you go over to my community page tab and just check every so often and make sure to put your vote in. And I also want to say I've talked about some dark animes already in my previous 2 anime recommendation videos. I talked about Perfect Blue, Tomodachi Games, The Witch and the Beast, and on and on and on. Still tell me in the comments down below what you think should be added onto this list, should be taken off this list. I feel like that's enough of this intro, so let's just go ahead and get into my list. First up on the list is one that was actually shortlisted from my original video, but is top 10 favorite animes of all time, and that's Devilman Crybaby. This 2018 remake is a dark horror anime with a depth you rarely see in such a short anime. The Netflix original follows a sensitive Japanese high school boy named Akira Fudo as he is led into a war against demons by his best friend Ryo Asuka, which changes his life forever. And I'm second, he gets thrown into this war in like the first 15 minutes of the anime, so it's just crazy, okay? Akira actually ends up merging with a powerful demon, and he devotes his life to protecting mankind as they are on the brink of extinction from this war, which is its premise in its simplest form. Despite its mixed reviews, I truly believe this anime is phenomenal. I love its fast-paced story, heavy action scenes, and beautiful animation, as well as an ending that made me think for several days afterward. The constant tug and pull from wanting to side with the demons and then not wanting to side with the demons, and the sort of blurred lines between heaven, hell, good, and evil. Honestly, that mixed with the twist ending puts this as #1 on this list for sure. What happens when a normal middle-aged Japanese father is forced to go against a crime syndicate? Exactly what lengths is he willing to go to? Well, anime #2 answers just that. My Home Hero is a 2023 anime that completely flew under the radar after being overshadowed by the spring 2023 lineup. It had shows like Oshinoko, Demon Slayer, Mashal, Dr. Stone, and so many more. And although this isn't completed, I still wanted to put it on this list. This dark crime anime about Japanese gangsters deserves all the hype in my opinion. My Home Hero follows Tetsuo Tosu and his wife Kasen Tosu, who go about their daily life in hopes of giving their daughter the best life she can have. However, when their daughter Rika comes home to visit with a bruise from her boyfriend, Tetsuo is cornered into taking a life, which leads him into Japan's dark underbelly. He then is forced to cover up his crime, which further thrusts him into this world and forces him to make tough choices. With many twists and turns and a relatable yet outlandish plot, lovers of crime dramas won't want to miss this one, and I really hope that we can get a season 2 because it's only just beginning, okay? It is a snowball effect if I've ever seen one. Moving right along is an older series that was abruptly canceled and then had a reboot slash sequel, kind of like Blue Exorcist, and like the Blue Exorcist Kyoto Saga, but besides that, it deserves a spot on this list. D.Gray Man ran from 2006 to 2008 and is set in an alternate 19th century. It follows Alan Walker, a cursed young exorcist who joins the Black Order to fight against an evil family known as the Noah family, but more particularly their boss known as the Millennium Earl and their demonic army, Akuma, who wish to destroy humanity. With unique characters, including a vampire, who I absolutely love, by the way, a dark and twisted storyline that focuses on the entrapment of souls and the anguish of loss, fun antagonists, and a beautifully haunting piano song, this anime is one you don't want to miss. Looking for a crime anime where it's not a fish out of water, well, this next one is for you. Gangsta is a 2015 anime that can be found on Hulu that was popular for the time, but unfortunately has since died out since the studio in charge of animating it, Monglobe Inc., fell into bankruptcy and just ended the series. But what I think is important about videos like this is bringing up the older anime and reintroducing or introducing them to anime fans. The story itself follows two handymen, Warwick Arcangelo and Nicholas Brown, who I love, who take on jobs for the police and the mob. They take on jobs neither side is willing to take, as mercenaries essentially, and after crushing a gang, they decide to take a sole survivor, Alex, under their wing. This, along with the fact that the plot is not just so simple as gangs, really just puts everything in a twist. Not only is it a crime drama, on top of that, the safety of the handyman is called into question as Twilights, or superhumans created using a special drug, are being hunted down by an underground organization. Though the anime isn't completed, I still recommend this for anime lovers who love crime, thriller, or just dark anime. If what you're looking for is a dark anime but without as much of the crime / drama, then maybe a dark mystery with a few paranormal elements is best. Durarara. It's supposed to be the sound of a motorcycle. Durarara is a 2010 anime series that follows Mikado Ryugumin, a Japanese teen who longs for the excitement of city life. And when his old friend, Masumi Kida, invites him to Tokyo's downtown district of Ikebukuro, Mikado is forced into a world of strange rumors, dangerous occupants, and an urban legend of a headless motorcyclist named the Black Rider. On top of that, an internet-based gang called the Dollars throws Ikebukuro into even more chaos. Who leads them? What trouble will Mikado find himself in? And a dark story of twists, turns, fun characters like the hot-headed Shizuo Hiwajima, and even a pinch of comedy. This dark anime is one you won't want to miss, especially if you're a lover of more slice-of-life-y type anime. So maybe more slicey-lifey, paranormal, dark anime isn't for you, but what about The Purge? What about skyscrapers? What about The Purge that solely exists in skyscrapers? Well then, this 2021 Netflix thriller could be the underrated anime for you. High-rise invasion with similar vibes to Darwin's Game is about a high school student named Yuri Hanjo who finds herself in a strange place where countless skyscrapers are connected by suspension bridges and masked figures are tasked with slaughtering the confused, teleported victims. To survive in this hellish world, Yuri and her newfound friend, Mayoko Nice, are left with two choices: kill or be killed. And I definitely think this anime has its faults, and of course one of those is that it's a Netflix anime that may not be confirmed for a season 2, but it has two badass female characters, which I don't feel like you get a lot in action anime. It has a gore galore and a Purge-like premise, and for me, I love The Purge, so that's why I was definitely interested in this one. And despite its mixed reviews, I definitely think it deserves a spot on this list because it's unique, it's fun, and it's just a really good dark anime. Winding down to another Netflix anime, Be the Beginning is a 2018 anime that follows the legendary detective Keith Flick, who rejoins the Royal Investigation Service to track down a serial killer known as Killer B, or just B. Fantasy and paranormal elements are also mixed, further elevating the crimes, as an evil group attempts to create new humans. Could one of these new humans be the killer? Will Keith then be able to defeat them if they are a new human? This psychological crime drama with 2 seasons, though in my opinion you don't really need to watch both to be satisfied, is amazing. The show is a lot like Death Note with a sometimes slow but never dragging pace, gripping suspense, and an intense tone. The heroes of the story, especially Keith, are super likable, at times morally gray, and overall just really enjoyable, which only further enhances the story. So if what you're looking for is a dark crime anime with some paranormal elements, then this one is definitely one for you. I feel as though I'd be crucified if I don't put the next one on this list. Another gang-related anime, but this time one of betrayal and revenge. 91 Days is a short anime with only 12 episodes and an OVA from 2016. The story takes place during the Prohibition in 1932 in Lawless, a town that thrives on the black market sale of liquor. Our main character, Angelo Laguza, or Avila, returns to a town 7 years after his family is murdered by the mob in order to exact his revenge against the Vanetti family. A revenge that takes 91 days to exact, but maybe not exactly in the way Angelo would hope. It's a lot like when you go undercover, the lines are blurred, perhaps you don't always remember your goal, perhaps it gets harder to exact your goal. Nonetheless, this is a perfectly told crime drama with twists, turns, betrayal, and an excellently weaved plot of vengeance and moral ambiguity. If none of the other crime dramas have tickled your fancy so far, I definitely recommend this for all of those reasons above, but also because it is a completed short watch. With a small cult-like following and fun character designs, this next anime is a must. Deadman Wonderland is a 2011 anime set in a theme park-like prison where Ganta Igarashi, a 14-year-old boy, resides after being falsely accused of murdering his entire middle school class on a field trip. Here at this bizarre prison, sadistic inmates, enigmatic powers, the fear of a lethal collar, and deadly games make it difficult for Ganta to even think of clearing his name. This 14-year-old must put his life on the line for freedom, which is honestly a really gruesome thought. And unfortunately, I think this one is underrated for the same reason as Gangsta. I do know it wasn't as popular as Gangsta, so it only further elevated the fact that Monglobe Inc. went into bankruptcy, so this abruptly ended. But with a rich cast of characters, themes of dehumanization of criminals, good action, lots of gores, and interesting characters, this 12-episode dystopian thriller, despite its controversial ending, or non-ending, is definitely one that deserves attention and a spot on this list. Last on this list is one that I was surprised I even had to put on this list. It definitely did not have as much hype as it should have. Perhaps it's for the same reason as My Home Hero, as it also premiered during the spring 2023 and was completely overshadowed, or perhaps it's because it's the only one of the Dark Trio with a completed story. It's been about 3 years now, so maybe the fandom is just a little bit sleepy, okay? But I'm here to wake y'all up and to bring some new ones in. Hell's Paradise is a dark, psychological thriller that revolves around a group of criminals in the Japanese Edo period who were sent to a mysterious island known as Tengen on the shogunate's order. Here, the prisoners and their guards are forced to look for a magical elixir of immortality. But what they find on the island are ferociously strong monsters, deep mysteries, and unusual alliances. Has a brutal storyline, a lot like the other two in the Dark Trio, amazing fights, and well, Shion, we all know how I feel about him. And though some may argue and say it isn't even underrated, I do believe there's absolutely not enough hype surrounding the anime itself. But hopefully with season 2 we'll get just that. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I tried to make it a little short, a little sweet. As always, I do just give it a brief synopsis and show the visuals in hopes that you guys will search. I don't want to spoil too much, but just know I endorse all of these picks. I love all of them. And as I stated in the intro, don't forget to let me know your opinions in the comments down below. And check out the other videos in this series, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Mwah!